Okay, in this presentation I wanted to really quick show you how to add HTML into your Blogger page or your website. What you want to do is log into your dashboard on Blogger.com. Then you're going to go to the layout pane, which I believe you default onto this page elements tab, and inside here you can edit all. It's kind of cool. This is a visual representation, so these gadgets can be dragged around. We're actually going to create a new one because we want a navigation menu, something with buttons. So we'll say add gadget, and after we click on add gadget, we're going to add HTML/JavaScript so that we can actually edit our own without any kind of formatting. We'll call it something easy to remember like navigation bar. And then the content, this is where you can just type in your code. So we're going to go ahead and use the code that's provided for an unordered list. So we'll copy that and paste it right into here. Okay, and here you can see the tags. This is for unordered list. Here's the list items themselves. And this is the actual code that you're going to be editing depending on your specific addresses. So the first one is the link URL. This is where, when you click on your button, where do you want it to take you? You can link within blog posts. Let's say you want to have a post on your blog that just says contact information. You could post a post on your blog, call it contact information, put everything in that post that you wanted, and then here on the link you would link directly to that post so that when you click on the button, that's all that shows up. The other code that you're going to change here a little bit is the button URL. So you'll want to have your image uploaded to a free hosting site. I recommend PhotoBucket because it's pretty popular and usually reliable. So in here you're going to put the address that PhotoBucket gives you. Sorry about that. You're going to put the address that PhotoBucket gives you right in this spot, and that's how you do it. Notice there's 3 different ones. If you want to add more than 3 buttons on your navigation bar or your menu, you just add more, copy and paste that line again. You can do as many as you can fit. After we do that, we're going to save it, and you're pretty much done after you put in the right code. There's one other thing you're going to want to change. Let me show you that. So we'll take, oh, by the way, you can, this navigation bar, usually on a typical website they're going to be at the top. You can move it around wherever you want. I usually would put it right there underneath your header, so it appears beneath your header on the actual blog itself. If you click on Edit HTML, you're making sure, let's see, save it first. Make sure you have everything, then Edit HTML, and this will actually pull up the raw code for your website. Depending on your level of expertise with editing code, HTML code, some of this may or may not look familiar. The interesting way that bloggers decided to deal with your template, or they call it a template, it's just the code that's for your website, is they add the CSS code right into the HTML. So that's what we're looking for. When you open it up, you're going to get some variables and things defined. Most of that's fonts. And then as soon as you hit this area right here, you're looking for these type of brackets. This is your CSS definitions. So you're going to look for these, and then what I would do is just scroll down through those. Just depending on your template, there's going to be a lot of them. Just keep scrolling down, and I'll show you where those end. Just keep it going through. And as long as you're seeing those kind of funny looking brackets, you know that you're still in the CSS part. Okay, and that's actually the majority of your code because it is just a template. This skin and then the close tag of your head means that you're right in the right place. So we're going to add kind of some space right here. Don't be too afraid to mess around with this. The worst that could happen is you have to go back and start over with your fresh template. Okay, so we'll add some space, and then the other code that you're going to copy in is just these two different codes here. So you're going to copy them in, copy and paste, and now kind of moved us around a little bit. So here we are. Here's the code that we added in, kind of at the bottom, and this is pretty generic stuff. You can mess with this if you want, try and change it around, but this is the basic code that you're going to want for your menu bar. And notice we called it new nav bar, which is going to help us when we, let's see, save this really quick. If we want to go really quick back to the page elements and just see how this ties in on our navigation bar. This happens to be, let's see, the exact code that we entered in here for the div class new nav bar. So here we call that up in the code. What we just put into the HTML template was the definitions to kind of say what that should look like. Whether or not it makes a ton of sense, that's all you have to do. Just copy and paste those two places, making sure that your button URLs, the pictures that you uploaded, are defined right here, and then making sure that the button's actually linked to somewhere useful, either within your site or without, if that's what you're going for. Anyway, I hope that was helpful, and make sure to send me an email if you can't figure something